Hey guys, it's Nikki and the show covering the red carpet for season 3 Empire. Stay tuned for cast and crew interviews. Well, let's talk a little bit about your character. I heard that you had a little development with Lucius as far as the shooting goes. Do you think that that will, of course, maybe change the relationship or the dynamic in season 3?
I think it absolutely will. I don't know in what way, because one thing about us women is that we're still emotional and we're still loving, and you know, we can be irate and we can bounce off the walls, but we still will go back to that one thing that made us almost kill ourselves. So I'm not sure which way. As a woman, it could go a million ways. You know.
What way do you think you should go?
I think she should be forgiving. I think she should be forgiving of, you know, the incident of Lucius, you know, having played a part in killing her father. I think she should forgive him. I do. And I feel like that's the only way, you know, spiritually, that she's going to be able to move forward.
How does that feel to be a part of this cast?
Oh, I was scared out of my mind in the beginning, because I was like, oh my gosh, yes, because these people are, you know, 2 seasons in and they've created this monster hit. And so I was like, let me just try to come in and be on my P's and Q's and, you know, try to add to the show. I started with my 2 sisters, working with Tyler Perry. We did a movie called Daddy's Little Girls. And then, yeah, that was us. We were little. Yeah, I was one of them, and my two babies, my 2 younger sisters. But we started like that, and then we did some work with Disney, and so this is one of my first roles as a young adult, and this is no better job than this. Like, this is the gig. So
as your role goes on, you've worked closely with Taraji on this. Have you guys formed a relationship outside the role?
Absolutely. You know, her and I spoke recently about some things, what's going on in the show, and she texted me, and she is so genuine. Shout out to Taraji. I love her to death. She said, you are great. Don't worry. We got you. It's going to be a matter of time before the world gets to see how great you really are. You have the potential to be great, and the world is going to see it.
Are you ready to start acting in other stuff too?
Absolutely. I have been.
Oh, what?
Yeah. I did Chicago. I did an episode on Chicago PD. I just did a short feature film movie here in Chicago, and I've been working on some other stuff I can't tell you, but wait on it.
So you're adding your flavor to the show.
Yep.
And what role will you be playing?
Only thing I can tell you is very musical and it's very dramatic.
Very musical and very dramatic.
Yeah.
In straight biz Markie style.
It only could do it one way.
So are you adding your own music? Did you record music for this show, or is this something that was already that they had in the works for you?
It's both. It's mixed. It's a mixture. Yeah, it's a mixture.
Okay, well, it's great to be able to see you on the big screen.
I'm glad I'm here.
Did you, in season 2, you kind of came, but now you're a series regular, right?
Yeah, I was brought on in the last episode of season 2, and then they offered season 3, and so that's where I've been, you know.
You say your character is dangerous.
Yes.
In what way?
Well, when anyone is backed against the wall, you know, I mean, you're asking whatever they're gonna do to get out of that, you know, is whatever happens. I think Shine has been backed into a corner. I think he is looking for success the right way, you know, and having 20 years of hip hop under my belt, I've seen people that resemble Shine's character, and I've worked with people. I've been Shine before, so it's definitely something that I can relate to and understand. And now coming into the season, I have a lot to draw from when it comes to the character.
Of course, 20 years, you and Nas do not look like you guys age at all.
Oh, man, because I'm pickled. It's the Hennessy. You know? Yeah.
How was it working really closely with Hakeem?
It's amazing. You know, we both met first season, so this for both of us is like our growing point, and he's just, I mean, it's so amazing to watch him become this superstar in everybody's eyes, and to work with him and grow and learn with him. It's amazing to work with Terrence and Taraji. I get the opportunity to do scenes with them, and I've learned so much, and just letting me be free and really being present enough to add to the scene and let myself unfold in the character. So it's amazing.
When it was released that you were going to be a series regular, I know, being in Chicagoland, this had to be a very proud moment for you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because I've done theater in Chicago for 20 years and TV for another 17, 18 years. So most of the actors and directors and theaters I've worked with, they understand my walk, you know what I mean? And when you put in the work, and I tell young actors, there's no shortcut to this business. There's no shortcut to this game. You might get a role here, and then that's the end of your career. But if you want longevity in this game, you have to, you got to earn your stripes. So I earn my stripes, man. You know.
I know you. Like, I've been through the war and back.
Yeah, right, exactly. Literally, actually, yeah.
So here's how it works. Francie, who is the president of Imagine Television and an executive producer of the show, launched this show. She found the material, put it together, sold it, brought us onto it. So we're all here because of her. Okay. Lee Daniels and Danny Strong created the show, and I was brought on as the showrunner, which means many things, but most importantly,
runs the show.
Oversees all of the writing and the production of the show.
Is there anybody on the show that you've seen develop as not only a character but just an actor because of your direction?
Well, I mean, because of all of our direction, I feel like the younger cast, like Yaz, who plays Hakeem, you can see from the inception of the show and the pilot to now that he has developed. It was his first job. And, working with the greats like Terrence Howard and Taraji Henson, you have to reach to their level. And it's the same thing with everybody around Taraji and Terrence. They are the king and queen, and they kind of, they have that nurturing mother-father aspect to them. So I think it's all within the group. We're an ensemble cast, and here at Chicago, we make sure that everybody feels welcome, and we try the best. I mean, we have a lot of new actors. We have, Soraya, who came on as Tiana. We've got, our new character Nessa, who's played by Sienna McNeil, and I mean, it's a lot of people.
I know that there's been a lot of cast coming and going. Are we going to keep a solid cast? We don't want to kill any more people.
I don't know what to tell you. Sometimes people they gotta go.
They gotta go.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm torn on it too. I mean, it's great for the story, and sometimes it feels very right, but at the same time, I'm attached to the actors on the show, and I'm very fond of them, and I don't like the idea of some people getting killed. But sometimes people can get killed and still come back. Who knows?
So let's talk a little bit about your character.
Philip Barrett.
Philip Eric.
I play Jamal's therapist / counselor, PTSD, life coach / bodyguard / love interest.
So you got a lot of slashes going on right now.
He's a slasher, but he's a master of his slashes.
Right.
Yeah.
So Jamal's character did have mental issues.
PTSD from last season.
With the PTSD. And I know that in the Black community, that's something that we try to kind of hide a lot of times is mental illness.
My God, in many communities, it's not just the Black community. I think in a lot of aspects of life, people try to, it's not that they're hiding it, it's just that they don't have enough information to actually fully address it. And so, it's very cool for an aspect like this to bring some light to it and show you some ins and outs of it, and hopefully inspire you to open up your knowledge of it and go do some research, Because listen, no matter what you're dealing with, everybody's dealing with something in life. Address it, because if you don't address it, at the end, it's going to catch up to you, no matter what it is.
My mom always says, what doesn't come out in the dark comes out in the light, or what doesn't come out in the wash comes out in the rinse.
So which would you rather come out? I'd rather get it out front. Let's deal with it now. You know what I'm saying?
Is his issues is what's connecting you? Why would you be getting involved with someone that has issues?
Absolutely, because Philip experiences that for himself. He's a war vet, so he's gone through that experience, and so he has that reference point, and I think that's what spawns it. It might not be spoken out loud, but that's what makes it natural. Yeah.
So Romeo, are you new to the cast now?
Yeah, I'm the new guy.
Okay, what is the new guy? What's his character? What you doing?
His name's Graham. He's like a mix of Kanye and Tupac, where he's always going to speak what's on his mind. He's Hakeem's rival. He's Tiana's love interest, and he's the new guy. You just got to watch season 3 and find out.
Are you going to cause trouble?
I mean, what new guy doesn't cause trouble? But this character is a lot of fun. I think he's a good mix with everybody. And it's very interesting because like you never see Tiana kind of react the way she does towards a guy. So I think there's something special there, but I don't want to give nothing away. You just got to tune in.
Don't give too much away, but I see you growing out your hair. Was it for this role?
It's crazy because I was filming an action movie and my hair just grew really fast. And then Empire called me up and I'm like, it's a perfect time to bring back the braids. You know, so it worked out. I said if I ever did Empire, I want to bring the braids back like the little Romeo days. Yeah. And it happened.
Right. That's
Life.
crazy.
It's crazy. What you put out there in the world. And this is actually a character I like prayed for. I was like, if I ever do that show after watching season 1, I want to be Hakeem's rival. I want to be Tiana's baby, her boo. And now I'm here.
So that goes to prove what you put out there may come to fruition.
It does, you know, and whatever's yours is always going to be yours. You may not get it tomorrow, you may not get it next month, but with hard work and faith, anything's possible.
Words of wisdom.
Yeah, so y'all need to tune in too because season 3 is so hot, I'm not wearing a shirt.
Let's talk about your character now, okay? My whole thing is coming and working with Taraji, okay, as well as Terrence, had to be petrifying.
Terrence is a good person. I love Taraji, and it's great working with both of them. But I learned a lot from Terrence. He's amazing. He's been like my amigo. You know, he teaches me a lot of things, and he just has a good heart. That's why I vibe with T.
What things have you learned from him being on the set and just working with him for the past 2 years?
Don't be so negative. You know, he could be so horrible because he's #1 on the call sheet, but he's such a good person. You know, he's not like trying to make you insecure or making you feel like dirt. He's lifting you up so you can make sure you can do your scene to the fullest, and that's what I love about T.
Like, they're completely changing the dynamic with you.
I know.
How do you like it, though?
You know what? Like, yes. You know, at first I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that this is where she was going. It's exciting to play. Sometimes it can be a little difficult to ground, but it's definitely a challenge artistically that, you know, I'm excited to, season 2 I was excited to, you know, kind of tackle.